Speak English alone, without friends, and be better than people in the US sounds bold, but it is real. If you know how to practice by yourself, you can build strong, natural English every single day without waiting for perfect people or perfect timing.
In this episode, you will learn how to practice alone, how to sound natural in daily situations, how to answer yourself out loud, how to build confidence with simple routines, and how to turn normal moments into real speaking training that actually sticks.
A lot of learners think they need a group chat, a language partner, or a foreign friend before they can improve. That idea slows people down more than bad vocabulary ever does. If you believe progress only starts when another person appears, you spend too much time waiting instead of speaking.
If you can think, notice, react, describe, complain, compare, and tell tiny stories out loud, you already have material for practice. Your own life gives you more than enough. The problem is usually not a lack of content. It is a lack of habit.
Picture this. You open the fridge and say, "I need something quick, but I do not want the same boring thing again."
Then answer yourself. Fine. Make something simple, clean up fast, and get back to work. That small moment is speaking practice.
People often imagine English practice as a special event. It is usually better when it becomes a normal habit, attached to ordinary life.
Exactly. Walking to the store, waiting for coffee, folding clothes, checking messages, looking for your keys, all of that can become useful speaking time.
The first big shift is this. Stop treating speaking as performance. Most daily English is not a speech. It is short reactions, simple choices, quick opinions, tiny questions, easy follow-ups, and little emotional comments. Real life is full of unfinished thoughts and half-planned sentences. When you practice alone, that is actually good news, because you can train the kind of English people really use, instead of trying to sound like a textbook robot every time your mouth opens.
And when you are alone, you get something powerful that many people ignore: repetition without embarrassment. You can say the same line 5 different ways. You can slow down, restart, laugh at your own sentence, and try again. Nobody is waiting, nobody is judging, and nobody is rushing you. That freedom helps your mouth and brain get comfortable together. It also teaches you that speaking well is often about flexibility, not perfection.
Let us make this practical. Imagine you are leaving home and you cannot find your wallet. Do not stay silent while searching. Talk through the moment. "It should be here. I had it this morning. Maybe it is in my other jacket." "No, not there." "Okay, calm down. Think. When was the last time I used it?" That kind of running commentary builds speed, memory, and control, because your words connect directly to a real situation. You are not inventing language from nothing.
The same thing works outside. If your neighbor says, "Busy day," you do not need a perfect answer. You can practice easy responses in advance. "Yeah, kind of busy, but not too bad. Pretty busy, actually. I am glad today is almost over." Or, "Not really, just a lot of little things." These are normal, useful answers. Short practice lines like these are gold because they fit everyday life. They also stop you from freezing when someone unexpectedly talks to you for 10 seconds near the mailbox or by the front gate.
Now add call and response training. Ask yourself a question out loud, then answer it right away. What are you doing later? I am probably staying home and catching up on a few things. Did you already eat? Not yet. I am trying to decide. Was the store crowded? A little, but it moved pretty fast. This kind of two-part practice teaches you to move naturally between hearing a question and giving a response. It sounds simple, but that quick switch is one of the biggest skills in conversation.
You can also practice reactions, which many learners forget. Somebody says, "The line was so long." You answer, "Seriously?" or "No way," or "That sounds annoying." Somebody says, "I finally finished it." You answer, "Nice, about time, good for you." These tiny reaction phrases make your English feel alive. If your vocabulary is decent, but your reactions are weak, you may sound flat even when your grammar is fine. Natural conversation depends a lot on these little emotional bridges between people.
Another smart habit is using your day in 3 time zones: before, during, and after. Before something, talk about what you expect. During it, talk about what is happening. After it, talk about how it went. For example, before going to the bank, say, "I hope this does not take forever." During the wait, say, "This line is moving slower than I thought." After leaving, say, "That was easier than expected." One event becomes 3 chances to speak. A 5-minute errand can become a full mini lesson without feeling artificial.
This is why practicing alone can sometimes make you stronger than people in the US who never think about their language. Being surrounded by English does not automatically create skill. Plenty of people hear English all day and still speak lazily, repeat the same simple phrases, or avoid clear expression. A focused learner who actively notices language, repeats it, and tests it in daily situations can grow faster than someone who just exists around the language without paying attention. Environment helps, but attention changes everything.
Of course, this does not mean you need to compare yourself in an arrogant way. The point is not to feel superior. The point is to become sharper, more aware, and more intentional. You are training on purpose. That matters. If you spend 30 minutes a day describing real situations, responding to imagined questions, retelling little moments from your life, and stretching your answers beyond one sentence, you are doing concentrated work that many native speakers never do. Purpose can beat comfort when comfort becomes lazy.
A simple way to build this into daily life is to create speaking zones. Maybe the kitchen is for quick opinions, the bathroom mirror is for short stories, and your walk outside is for question and answer practice. The location reminds your brain what to do. In the kitchen, maybe you say, "I need something cheap, fast, and filling." At the mirror, maybe you retell a weird moment from your day. On a walk, maybe you ask and answer, "Why am I tired today?" "Because I stayed up too late and kept checking my phone." Tiny systems like this remove the pressure of deciding what to practice every time.
If you want more depth, start stretching simple lines. Instead of saying, "I am tired," expand it naturally. I am tired, but it is that strange kind of tired where I am sleepy and restless at the same time. Instead of saying, the store was busy, say, the store was busy, but not in a stressful way. It was more like everybody showed up at once and then slowly disappeared. This stretching habit helps you stop speaking in short, safe blocks all the time. It also makes your voice sound more personal because details reveal personality.
Retelling is another powerful tool. At night, talk about one small event from your day for 1 full minute. Maybe the cashier gave you the wrong change. Maybe your bus came late. Maybe you almost forgot an appointment. Maybe your friend sent a strange message. Start with what happened, then explain how you felt, then add what you did next. That structure gives your speech movement. It also teaches you how to stay on a topic without getting lost after 2 sentences. If 1 minute feels difficult at first, do 30 seconds, then build from there.
You should also practice being socially normal, not just technically correct. Real conversations are full of soft language. Instead of direct, heavy sentences all the time, practice lighter ones like, I was just wondering. I am not totally sure. I guess that makes sense. That seems fair. I did not really think about it like that. Or maybe I am overthinking it. These phrases make you sound more natural because they reflect how people actually manage opinions and emotions in everyday talk. People rarely speak like official announcements when they are standing in line or chatting with a neighbor.
Let us do another quick call and response round. What did you get at the store? Just a few basics. Nothing exciting. Why are you in a good mood? I finally finished something I had been putting off. Are you free tomorrow? I think so, but I need to check one thing first. Did your neighbor like the cookies? Yeah. Apparently they disappeared in about 10 minutes. Small exchanges like these train rhythm, not just vocabulary. They also help you avoid long pauses after simple questions, which is something many learners struggle with.
One mistake people make when practicing alone is becoming too serious. If every sentence sounds like a lesson, you will get tired. Bring in opinions, jokes, complaints, and random thoughts. Say, this chair looks comfortable, but it lies. Or, I opened the app for 1 minute and somehow lost half an hour. Or, I want something sweet but not sweet enough to regret later. That kind of casual language keeps your English human and memorable. It also prepares you for the kind of comments that appear naturally in friendly conversation.
You do not need long study blocks for this to work. 5 honest minutes here and 7 minutes there can add up fast. The key is frequency and attention. Speak when life gives you material, and life gives you material all the time. A noisy store, an awkward elevator ride, a late delivery, a friendly neighbor, a messy room, a cold cup of coffee. All of these can become speaking prompts. When you stop waiting for perfect conditions, practice becomes much easier to sustain. Consistency beats intensity when the goal is to sound natural every day.
If you ever feel stuck, use this emergency pattern. Notice, react, explain, extend. Notice what is happening. React to it naturally. Explain why it matters. Extend with one detail or comparison. For example, the line is moving slowly. That is a little annoying. I only came in for one thing and thought I would be out in 2 minutes. It feels slower than yesterday. That one pattern can rescue you from silence in almost any daily situation. And the more you use it, the more automatic your speaking becomes. After a while, your brain starts filling in the next part by itself.
Another great solo habit is shadowing your own life instead of somebody else's script. People often copy conversations that sound polished but distant from their reality. There is nothing wrong with examples, but your daily life is more useful because it matches your real needs. If you cook often, talk about cooking. As you take the bus, talk about delays, crowded seats, and missed stops. If you work from home, talk about distractions, breaks, and messages you forgot to answer. Useful English is easier to remember when it grows out of situations you actually live through.
You can even practice small talk without another person present. Look around and invent the opening line someone might say to you. Long day. Weather changed fast. This place is always packed around this time. Then answer naturally. Yeah, it really did. I thought it would stay warm longer. Or seriously, I only came in for one thing. This kind of rehearsal helps because small talk is rarely deep, but it moves fast. If you can survive those first 10 seconds smoothly, the rest of the conversation usually feels easier.
And do not forget emotional range. Daily English is not only about information, it is about mood. Practice sounding relieved, annoyed, amused, unsure, grateful, curious, and tired. Say, that is a relief. That is kind of annoying. That is actually pretty funny. I am not sure what to make of that. I appreciate it. I did not see that coming. When your emotional language grows, your speech feels more natural because real people are always showing small feelings, even in simple conversations at a store or on the street.
A useful challenge is to take one ordinary topic and keep talking about it from different angles. Use coffee, for example. You can talk about whether you need it, whether it was too strong, whether it got cold, whether the line was worth it, whether you prefer making it at home, and whether it affects your sleep. One topic can turn into preference, complaint, story, comparison, and opinion. That kind of flexibility matters because conversations do not move in straight lines. They shift slightly, and you need to shift with them without sounding lost.
If you live with other people, solo practice still works. You do not need a quiet studio. You can do low-volume practice while washing dishes, making your bed, or getting ready. You can whisper short responses, mouth the words, or do quick internal rehearsals before saying them softly out loud. The point is not performance. The point is building smooth access to language. Even small vocal practice helps. It is much better to do regular, imperfect practice than to wait for some magical silent hour that almost never arrives.
Let us add one more call and response round that sounds like real life. Why are you late? The bus took forever, and then I missed the light. Did you like the food? Yeah, it was good, just a little too salty for me. Are you doing anything tonight? Nothing major, probably just staying in and relaxing. Did the package show up? Finally, yes, and the box looked like it had been through a fight. Those answers are useful because they sound normal, flexible, and easy to personalize.
The bigger message is simple. You do not need more people around you to become a better speaker. You need more active moments with your own voice. Use your room, your routine, your errands, your thoughts, and your little daily problems. Ask, answer, react, retell, compare, and stretch. Keep it warm and real. If you do that consistently, your English will stop feeling like a school subject and start feeling like part of your actual life. If this helped, subscribe, leave a like, and come back for the next episode.